Yes, hello everyone. Uh, Today we are going to look at getting started with RESTful APIs, and as we get started with some techniques, I'll take you through some of the basics plus with some example of an API, which is a telecom service management system API. This is not all, but it gives us a view of how APIs really do work. So we are using Spring Boot, and this is created by Damila Owen James. So we shall go through the introduction. What is the goal of my project? The goal is to build a comprehensive telecom service management system, leveraging RESTful APIs to manage core telecom functions such as customer accounts, subscriptions, usage tracking, and billing. Overseeing the telecom companies, they deal with selling of data, airtime. So they have to manage customer accounts, the subscriptions, and usage tracking, and also the billing. Overview. So this is a platform used to streamline operations in the telecommunications industry. It manages customer accounts, service plans, subscriptions, usage, and billing efficiently. As long as you're able to access the API, you'll be able to perform those objectives within time. Then what it really is, this is designed to manage the telecommunication services, actually what we have been talking about. So it plays a crucial role in the telecom industry, providing efficiency, reducing human errors, and enhancing customer satisfaction through seamless service delivery. So take note, if someone sends in a query about, sends in a ticket, let us say someone's finding difficulty in using a service and wants help immediately. So he sends the feedback, which must be utilized and responded to back very agile. So we are looking at seamless service delivery and reducing human errors, performing our tasks. So the objectives, one is customer management, handling customer data and manage account. That is creating customers, getting customers, which plans have they subscribed to, how do they use your telecommunication, how do they use a particular service, how do you bill a particular service. So all that, we look at it. Then there's plan and subscription management, managing various services, plans and customer subscriptions. By plans, I mean what type of data someone subscribed to, what type of minutes that someone subscribed to. For example, someone might need a family plan, let's say maybe that is of 100 GB, 15 minutes. So we are leveraging, we're actually trying to manage, and also subscriptions, which sub plan have you subscribed to, usage tracking and billing, that is track service usage and generate accurate bills. So whenever you subscribe to a plan, of course you have used it, so that is usage, and actually we have to bill you according to your account, and all that information is levied in the customer management. The security and user management, which ensures secure user access and data protection. Yeah, not everyone can access different access points. For example, API endpoints of editing the data in the database, you cannot access them. Then integration with external systems. So this basically focuses on how the API will be utilized. So it is to connect with billing systems, customer relationship management systems, and analytics tools for enhanced functionality. So it can be utilized by billing systems, CRMs, and analytic tools. For example, you may want to know how much does a particular customer consume a particular service, which customers basically utilize a particular service. All those analytic tools can be utilized at once. So there's reporting analytics, offer insights through reports to support informed decision making. So whenever you make a report, you're able to have evidence of what you're going to make as a formal decision about a certain project. So what are RESTful APIs? This for the principles of representation transfer, providing layer to interactive web services. So the functionality will allow communication between different software applications over the internet using HTTP requests like get, split, delete, and many more. And basically, these the ones you said are the basics ones, but there's patch. There are many more we can try to do with RESTful APIs. So they allow communication between different software applications. Like for example, I talked about billing systems and also the TSMS. They can interact with each other through these requests. Then benefits can handle growing demands, simplicity, then also status interactions. Each interaction is independent, making the system more efficient. So we didn't want to look at coupling. So we try to loosen it, and there's independence in every interaction of the system for easy management. So key components to have models, controllers, services, and repositories. The models represent data structures, e.g. customer plans, subscription, usage record. Controllers handle HTTP requests and responses for code operations. Services contain a business logic for processing operations. And repositories manage interaction with database. In bracket MongoDB, the one used in this case, and support operations like create, read, update, and delete. That is the CRUD. The system architecture. So we have our telecom service management system API, which can be accessed through the user interface. Let us say whether a customer or an administrator, but with future with more advancements, we have will include also access through USSD. But apparently it is accessed through user interface. That is the web or mobile app. You access it. Now it depends which service you want to utilize. So when you are sending a request, we come and connect to the database and we send back the feedback. Then we can also connect to the database of external systems, CRM, billing, and analytics. So some of the external systems we connect to the CRM, billing system, and also analytic tools. So user interface, that is web mobile app for customer interaction. RESTful API Spring Boot application that processes the requests. Then database MongoDB for storing customer plans, usage subscriptions. Then external systems, I think I've talked about, that is for integration purposes. How it works, a customer uses the website to interact with the system. The API processes this request by accessing the MongoDB database. The API requests sends requests to the Spring Boot RESTful APIs. The API sends appropriate responses back to the app with the requested data or confirmation of actions. So basically that's how it works. Simple. Benefits of the system, I think we talked about efficiency, accuracy, customer satisfaction, and also scalability. Conclusion. So this TCMS built using Spring Boot and RESTful APIs, efficient managing customer data, subscriptions, usage, and billing. The scalability, integration capabilities, and accurate billing process make it essential for modern telecom businesses. Future work, potential integration with make sense systems like advanced analytic platforms, and additional features such like real-time usage tracking and AI-based customer support. So, those are some of the future additions. And right now, we are going to go through how it works. We won't go through the code. Basically, I will show you what the code actually is doing. So we have we are going to use Postman for testing. And for example, this is the endpoint because I have already started the application. The application is already running. It is not yet deployed, but it's already running. I want to send in a request of adding a customer to the database. So if I want in to add in a customer to database, to my Mongo database, apparently you can see here, I have opened it. It is open. Now there is no data within customers under telecom database. So I will send in a request. So you come under body and under row, as long as you have shared the request of posting, because posting, that means you want to add data to database. IDs for this are created automatically. That's why we don't allow IDs, and even if you try to put it in there, we issue an error and you tell you what actually you're trying to mean. So whenever you try and through the user interface, there is no provision for an ID and it can never be changed. And then these IDs are created in a linear fashion, as we are going to see. So for example, I have a person called Mark, email, and with that phone number. When I send in the request, uh, it will show you have created customer created success. So we'll give you some feedback. Okay, through the system, that is through the console, also through the logs, we give in feedback, like to show the interaction with the system, such that in case there's an error, the administrator is able to track where the error is coming from. So when I go back here to my MongoDB and I refresh, you can see I've created a customer mark with his ID. So you can 002. I edited one, so that's why it is bringing 002. So email, it is mark@gmail.com. The phone number is this. The total amount, now this refers to the what amount have you utilized since you joined our telecommunication company. Like the total amount you have set for all subscriptions you have made. So if I want to put in someone else, let me say I want to put in Owen, and yes, Owen at gmail.com, and the phone number is the same. I'll try to change it and I send in the request. So when I customer created successful, when I come here, it is now 003. So we are giving IDs in a random, okay, not in a random manner, but something that is continuous and with some identification. Because for example, this is customer, that's why it starts with C, and then 002. Next person will be 003. Next one will be 004. So that is also made in database, and that is very use of atomic integer. So let us say you want to edit the phone number. So you come here to update customer, and you're free to update to only one field. You may want to update all fields in case you want, but in case you don't want, you just have to delete the other fields that you. Through the user interface, you can leave them even if they are empty. We can still update. So you can try to update only the number you want. Let us say updating 07. So that is the number you're updating, and they send in a request. It's sending with 73. So when I come back to my customer, not phone, because we don't have 001 when I passed in. So but we want to update customer 03, just one that you created. So you're passing 003. You send in a request. So customer updated successfully. So whenever it's and his name is Owen, his ID is this, the email is this, and the number has been now updated. And we come back to database, the number is ending 67. When I try to update it now, it will be handling 73, as you can see here. So that is also one. So we can also try to get your customers from the database. That is, we shall use the get command. So when I send in a request, if you want to get, so this is the data we send back to you. So that is mark at Gmail, and all the people that we have there. So you can get the customer by an ID, and that is let us say customer 00. Remember that one is not there. So we give you a feedback that customer is not found. So or you can have, let us say customer 002. We send in a request, customer found, and we tell you which customer function are you looking for. So you can also get a customer by number, you can get a customer by email, by name, anything. So let us say you want to get by Owen. So this is a get request to send. So we're able to return the particular customer. And if there are more than people having the same name, then we return also that we return numerous output, because name can be shared and sometimes even gimmicks will not be shared. So you can get the customers by in any way. Another feature is deleting. So let me add one customer here to show you we can add a customer, but actually we can still track it. Let me just add in something small here. Let us say this is Owens, and I send in the request. So the customer is created successfully. So when I come here and I try to refresh, we have 3 and one of Owens. But now I want to delete him. So if at all maybe a customer is no longer utilizing, and maybe they want to be out of your service, so it is okay. We just have to get their ID, and the ID that was 004. So we are passing 004 and sending a request. When you send in a request, and if you put an ID that is not there within the database, it will issue a message that customer not found. So you have customer deleted successfully. And when you come here, you can see now we're there too. There's a repo for deleted records for all entities. So here you can see we have one of type type customer, and this, so we're storing it as in form of an object, and we give you the respective data someone was holding. So in case you want to restore, maybe it was an issue, because sometimes we are giving this advice to customers. For example, when you have like M10 Pulse, someone can subscribe to or not the odd sign not to subscribe to. So sometimes the customer might have made a mistake and they want to restore themselves back to the service. So we give also that option. You send in a request. You want to restore back a customer. So, and when you enter an ID that is not there, for example, like this one, it is not there. When you send a request, it will show deleted record not found or not a customer. So, you must put in an ID that, so the ID for the deleted record. So you come back to database and you get this ID. It is randomly generated. So you get this ID. You come back to Postman. You pass in the ID and you send in the request. Now we're able to restore our customer successfully. And when you come back here to custom, when you come back to delete, the customer won't be full. Now there's no data. And when you come back to customers here, we shall have 3 customers like they created. So that is also a feature that is within. Now let me go to plans. So if plans, it's like which type we are describing when you're adding a plan. Which type of plan do you want to add? So let us say its name also ID generated automatically, and has also other features I'm going to show you. Let us say you want a family plan. So this is a family plan, and its price is this. You have to state it with a description. This plan offers 5 GB of data, 200 minutes of talk time, and 50 SMS per month. The validity days is maybe 10 days. So so this is an admin trying to add plans into the system. Let us say you have come back with a data bundle that you want to sell to people. This is how we create it. So this is a plan ID 001, and we have the validity dates as you can see. Then we shall have, maybe if you want, let me create also one. Let us say now you're creating a base, anything, because every plan you want to use, you must first describe it to the customers. Basic plan, and then this is its price is maybe 30, and this plan offers, let us say 3 GB, 100 minutes of talk time, and 50, 150 SMS. The validity is 5 days. So I send in the request to still, so it is still created. So when I come here, I come to plans, and I refresh here, you can see we have our plans. So that is basically creating plans. You can get all plans. You can decide to retrieve all plans. You can get plan by ID. You can try to update a plan. You can also delete a plan, and also you can still restore it. You can get plan by price. For example, let us say you want to get a plan by a price of 30. So you just have to come here. Okay, let us say 50, as you can see here. the plan will be retrieved successfully. So basically, we want to show, we want to make it easy so someone can easily search through the data very easily in case depending on what information he or she wants. So when I come to subscriptions, because the rest are the same as the rest of the customers, when I come to subscriptions, you can add in a subscription. Which subscription do you want to share? So you can say, I want to, so here I only provide the customer ID. So when a person sends in a request of subscriptions, you want to add in, so this is we are using post, we want to add in a subscription. So what do we get from the customer? We only get the customer ID and the plan ID that has been subscribed to. So the customer now is 00003. Remember, have in case then customer is not there, the ID that is being provided is not there, then it will be an error. So this is Owen trying to access a plan of 001, which is a family plan. So we have here a customer because we are just referencing the customer, get the customer ID and then the plan ID of this. So we have to say now we send in a request. So this is the information that comes along with the request. So here I have a message, subscription requested successful with this ID. So when I come back here, I can have under subscriptions, you can see when I try to refresh, we have the ID S001, and this is referencing customers with 003. The plan is this, and the start date is this. The subscription end date will be this, as you can see. It is starting on 27th of August. It will stop on 6th of August, and even the corresponding time. The status, it is active. So it will become inactive as long as the validity days end and the amount is 50. So when I try to come back here, so basically you can also see what customer you're trying to refresh. Okay, so so that's where we have. So it shows the customers and everything. So when I come back to customers, you can see here. When I try to refresh, customers will see the total amount will now be 50. It will now be 50 because he has utilized the service. And when I come here to usage requests and I try to refresh, we have a usage 001 because usage will track all usages of what we have, of what we are utilizing for every customer. I don't know that like it tracks usage of all plans or all services. Well, subscription is when you want to separate a particular service. So, and we have its subscription date plus everything, and which customer really subscribes to. So here it is just to enable the company to really track everything at once. So we keep track of usages, and in case let us say you want maybe to change, you want to saturate one, you can still update this. Maybe the customer picked the wrong plan, you can still update it, but let us say you want to subscribe also to another one of same customer subscription to B0002. Remember that is a basic plan, so this is also created successfully. When I come to usages here, that will be another usage as you create, as you can see here. And we like irrespective of the customer, we are just tracking usages. And so when I come here to subscriptions, that will be another subscription. So when I say under subscriptions, we have customers and it is still so active, as you can see. When I come back to customers, this amount must change because now you have utilized another service. Until when you pay us, that's when we do reduce the total amount. So basically, we're actually trying to track customer. We are trying to make everything to be seamless, such that everything is done automatically. So basically, that's what it's representing. So you can get the subscriptions that have been made within the database. So we shall have here getting subscriptions. You send in a request, you must get back a feedback of all subscriptions that have been made. As you can see, we give you the customer, that this is the customer and his name and everything. We give you the plan and everything, and return the status and the amount. So if this is subscription number 2 and everything, you can say to set this update a subscription. Let us say someone made a subscription unknowingly, like a customer maybe instead of so we get the subscription number. This is S002. It was customer 03 that was subscribing, because when you look at our database, S002, it is customer 003 on plan 002. But let us say it was an error and it is supposed to be 0. He wanted still 0001. So we can still modify it, and this is a challenge in the industry. So we are having 003 who wanted 001. So we shall send in a request of updating. So, sorry. Okay. When I update, because maybe I'll have to look at it then. Maybe there's some change there. So, and you can also try to get a subscription by customer ID. You can try to get subscription. For example, let us say you want to get by 003. You want to get what subscriptions has customer 003 made to. So you can try to get them and we shall refer them back to you. So these are subscriptions that he has get. You can also delete a subscription and also restore. And you here have also usage records, whereby you can get a usage by customer ID. It's usage is all about getting what is in the database. So basically, that's what I wanted to show. And it is more of trying to move a system, but APIs mostly can be also from that. Okay, it can be data to data APIs connecting two databases. But in the start, that's what we are trying to show you the basics. So basically, that is my presentation. Thank you so much.